Montero.
Here.
Right on, Jesse. Zachary. Oh, Zach's here too. Is that what you just said? You say Zach was here? Zach Montero? Yeah. Gotcha.
And Joseph.
Dustin Mosier, sorry. Got you, Dustin. Right on. Hamid.
I'm here.
Right on. Hey, you're in my class. Adrian Nunez. Right on. Let's see. Timothy starts with an O. I don't even. Ozarnik.
Hey, I'm here.
I hope I said something like that, man. That was right. Lawrence Osling. Got you, Lawrence. Right on. Is it Guyana Poswaters? Gianna? Gotcha.
Over.
All right. Gotcha. Why you're in there twice. Justin Ritter. No, Justin?
I'm here.
Gotcha. Let's go. God, why do they have the in here twice? Devin Russell. You better be here. Gotcha. All right. Ricardo Sanchez. Got you, Ricardo. Who's next? Andrew Staten. Got you, Andrew. Right on. Steven Swanberg. No, Steven. All right, Steven's gone. Broden. Right on, Broden. Got you. Joe Trujillo.
Here.
Thank you, Joe. Lucas Valley. Got you, Lucas. Jonathan Vogel. Got you. And Christopher Warner. Right on. All right, let me make a quick note here for Bryce and then we'll get started. All right, let's get going here. Right on. I'm just gonna ask a bunch of stuff. We're just gonna go to town. You guys answer them. Yes, good question. If you guys didn't pay, you didn't have to pay. I'm not taking attendance for you. It's just for everyone who paid. Okay. So for those of you who are here for the benefit, for our fun, that's just that. But yeah, if you guys didn't miss a class and didn't have to pay, I'm not calling your name. If you want me to call your name, I can. Good question. Break's going to be at 7. How we're going to do it? I'm going to ask a bunch of questions. We're going to go through review. We'll take a break at 7. Be back about 7:30. And then we'll finish up our second half questions, and then from 8 to 9, that's when we're going to review a lot of the broken neutrals and combination circuits. That's what's on our menu for this evening. All right, first question for you all. Hope you guys have your code book. What are all acceptable disconnecting means for appliances? What can we use as a disconnecting means for an appliance? Breaker, yes, breaker. What's the rule with the breaker though? Breaker with what? Insight, yes. Breaker with insight. What else can we use?
Cord and plug.
Cord and plug, absolutely. You get cord and plug. What else? We have breaker within cord and plug.
Here we go.
Let's see. GSCI device, no. Fuses, that'd be like a fusible disconnect. Yeah, possibly. There's one other thing that's pretty. There we go. Christopher said it. Switches. We could use a switch. I'm sorry. Somebody else said it too. Sorry, I didn't see that. Let's see. T. Yeah, we could use a switch, but the code for a switch is it's got to be able to be locked in the off position on that. So yes, a switch we can. And what's the main thing in our house that we use a switch for as a disconnect? Furnace, yeah. Furnace is one. What's another one? Disposer, correct. Disposer and that's what we use for the that's what we're allowed to use for a disconnect. Good job. All right. We have a 10,000 square foot house. We have a 10,000 square foot house, right? All right, we have a 10,000 square foot house and we have an 80-foot hallway. How many plugs do we need? 1, correct. 8. Where are you coming up with 8, Connor? Remember, what does code say on hallways? Code states anything over hallway over 10 feet measured from the center line of the hallway, only one receptacle is required. Keep that in mind. What table can I find? What table in the code book will let me know how deep I need to bury a conduit? Our UF cable, our direct bury wire. What table in our code book defines that and tells us that? We got 305. Good job. In 305, I want to know type UF cable is going to be installed under a residential driveway. How deep must it be buried? How deep are we going to bury a piece of UF cable under a residential driveway? 18. Does everybody know how to read this chart? Who does not know how to read this chart? Broden, you don't know how to, or you do? All right, Broden, pretty easy. If you look on the left where it says locations, that's where we're going to find, that's what location you're going to be dealing with, okay? And it's kind of specific. Now, if you look at column 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, they all have different meanings. So column 1 is direct bury cables or conductors. So that's right where we talked about that would be your UF, your USC cable, your URD. All right, those are all direct bury wires. Okay. Column 2, it tells you rigid metallic conduit or IMC. That is you've heard of rigid before. That's it's thicker wall, it's thicker than EMT. It's rated to be buried. Is EMT rated to be buried? No, or else it'd be in here. Column 3, non-metallic raceways listed for direct bury. So what is that? That's your PVC. That's that gray stuff, right? That's that gray piping. Column 4 is a residential branch circuit that is 125 volts or less with GFCI protection. And their max is 20 amps. And column 5 is for low voltage. Anything under 30 volts. So Broden, if I asked you how deep must I can bury a plug, I'm going to put a piece of UF, all right, in the ground. And it's going to be on a GFI. It's a 20 amp. And I'm going through 2-inch thick concrete. How deep do I got to bury it? No. So you got to look on your left. I said 2-inch thick concrete. So if you look on your left, you find the second one down. You see where it says 2 inches thick? And then you go over to whatever you're installing. So I said we're going to install a GFCI plug, and it's gonna be under 20 amps. So go over there, and it's 6 inches. Do you see that, Broden? See where I got that? Does everybody see where we got that? Did you get it, Broden? You see that? All right, cool. Now, all other locations, guys, not specified. So if it doesn't say it's under concrete somewhere, so we're just saying we're going to run a trench in our backyard, right? We're just running a straight trench in our backyard, and we're not dealing with concrete. We're not dealing a slab. It's not a highway or a street. Driveways are an airport. That's when we're going to use all other locations not specified. So I'm gonna, let's say we have a light that we're going to put in our backyard, and it's 240 volt, and we want to put it in PVC. How deep are we going to put that? $24. No, it's in PVC.
18.
18. Does everybody see that? Column 3. Now, is it 8? If I'm digging a trench, how deep must my trench be? So here's my light pole. Here's my light pole that I want to put up there. There's a nice light pole. Here's my house. And I'm coming off my panel here. We have a trench under here. How much does that need to be? We'll say it's 240, 12 amp. We're going to go 3/4. There it is, Lawrence, 18 to the top of the pipe. Yes. So our trench has got to be deeper than 18 inches. Make sense?
Lawrence, it has to be buried at least 18 under, so you have to go to at least to the top of the pipe to get that 18 clearance.
Correct. So your trench, and if it's me and I'm digging this trench, I'm digging that trench 20 inches deep. That way I know I have my 18. They call it fill. It's actually how much burial does it have to be? So that's what they're saying. It's worded different in the code book. They don't talk about depth. It's how much burial. So how much dirt is going to be on top of it. That's what they're talking about, if that makes sense. That's how they word it in the code. All right. Make sense? Cool. All right. Where would I find what defines a bathroom? What defines a bathroom? Where would we find that? Article 100, correct. And in Article 100, what does it tell us a bathroom is defined by? What does it have to have?
A toilet,
Yes. Toilet, oh man.
shower,
Toilet, shower, 2 more. Sink basin.
bidet,
It could have a bidet, yes. And a tub.
An area including a sink with one or more of the following: a toilet, urinal, tub, shower, bidet, or similar plumbing fixtures.
There we go. Good work. Article 100 tells us that right there.
thank you.
Good job, guys.
Fucking practically said the whole goddamn thing anyway. Eat me.
Whoa, we don't need that.
Hmm.
He's helping us out.
Sorry.
All right. Next question. I want to know which size has the highest resistance. Number 3. Oh my god. We have number 3 aluminum. Number 4 copper. Number 6 copper. Or number 3 copper. I want to know what has the highest resistance. Actually, I already know, but I want you guys to tell me which has the highest. Yeah, you don't see us writing on the screen, Ben? Does everybody see me writing on the screen?
Zoom out, Ben.
Okay. All right, we got a 3 copper. Somebody says 3. We got a number 6. Got another number 6. Another number 6. So we got a 3s and we got 6s. And James says 3. Jacob says 6. Max agrees with everybody. Number 6. All right. What is the resistance of number 6 then? Are you guys just guessing 6? What's our resistance for number 6? First of all, where would we go to find this answer in our code book?
Would it be chapter 9, table 8, conductor properties?
Chapter 9, Table 8, thank you. Chapter 9, Table 8, conductor properties. There you go, Joseph. So we look on the side. We look on our left-hand side, the very left. That's your wire size. All right, so we have number 3 aluminum. Let's look for number 3. So I'm going to scroll down on the left-hand side till I find number 3, and then I'm going to go all the way over. I'm going over to aluminum. So up at the top it says diameter area, uncoated, coated in aluminum. I'm going to go in the aluminum, and it tells me I got 0.403, right, for aluminum. Does everybody see where I got 4.403?
Yes, sir.
And then I'm going to do the next for number 4 copper. Number 4 copper, if you guys look on your left-hand side, go to number 4 and then just directly go over. We're going to coated because none of this said bare. I got 0.321. Number 6, you look at it, I get 0.510. And number 3, I get 0.254. So our winner is number 6. Has the highest resistance at 0.510. So if you guess number 6, or if you got number 6, you got it right. Number 3, whoever said 3, that's your lowest. Remember, that's your resistance per foot. All right. Make sense? Cool. All right, here's an easy one. An equipment grounding conductor is permitted to have what kind of insulation? Green. Yep, THHN. It could be THHN, XHHW, anything, any insulation, but it's got to be permitted to have what? It's got to have green. If it doesn't have if you have a black piece of THHN, what can you do with it? If it's under 6 gauge, what can you do with it? Under 6 gauge. You can't phase it. Can't. You could reclassify it, but how can we reclassify it if it's under 6? Tape it or color it green, but I'd be phasing it. Jacob, or wire. Nope. There it is. Strip it. Yes, you can strip it and make it bare. Normally they want, when you do that, make sure you pull it up through the pipe and strip a bunch of it and send it back the other way if you have to use it that way. It's got to be bare. You can't mark it green if it's under 6 gauge. Now, if it's over, yes, you guys are correct. If we're using number 4, we can phase it. We can re-identify it. But anything, so that means 6 and below, it can't. It's got to be green or bare. Make sense? That's a little bonus for y'all.
Thank you.
Right on. All right, this one's a good one. All right, I want to know, this one's a good one. In a dwelling, everybody knows what a dwelling is, right?
House.
Yes, it's a house. In a dwelling, where can we install a panel? Where can a panel be installed? So in a dwelling, where can we install these panels? Garage, yes.
The backyard.
Mech room. Backyard or outside? Yes, I'll take it.
Hallway.
Hallway? Yes, I'll take it. Bedroom, we're accessible. Yes, we can do it in a bedroom. Quinn, that's incorrect, Quinn. You can install it in the kitchen.
Anywhere but bathroom and closed closets.
So where are all those? That's what we're working on. So bedroom, hallway, mech room, we got outside, we got basement. We're asking where they can, not can't yet. So we got bedroom, mechanical rooms, basements, outside. Yes, these are all perfect locations where we can put them. Somebody asked me, can we put them in an attic? Yes, you can, as long as it meets clearances, as long as you have your head working clearances, your 24 inches and your 30 inches from side to side. Yes, we can put it there. All right. Where can we not install them? And you guys already answered most of these. Yes, we can put them in the laundry room. We cannot install them in the clothes closet. Clothes closet, stairwell. The ceiling. Yeah, we don't want to install that in the ceiling. The bathroom. Oh my gosh. Stupid. Crawl space. Yeah, probably not in the crawl space. Now, if I was in a commercial building, where could we not install them? So if I'm at a school, or yeah, we're at a school, can we install? Yes, you can install them in a rec room. Yes. So if I'm at a commercial building, can I install in a bathroom? Yes. Yes, you can. Electrical room, yes. You can install them in an electrical room. Bathrooms in a commercial building, yes. Dustin, good question. Like I said, the crawl space, not because a crawl space that you're not going to meet your head height clearances. Hence the word crawl space. You got to have you have to have a certain head height clearance to meet. So that's why I can't be in a crawl space. An attic, there are some attics that are huge and walkable. So that's why we would meet that clearance. Is it likely that somebody's going to put a panel up there? Probably 0.5 out of 10. Only in like some big mansion, some big custom house, they probably would for the HVAC up there or something. But that's why. Does that make sense? It does come back to workspace, yes. Commercial, throw out the rules. Not really, Andrew. Can in commercial, like in a school, if they have a clothes closet, can we put one in there? No. So that one does, you don't throw out the rules because that one still says the code reads clothes closet. It doesn't say clothes closet just in a dwelling. It counts for commercial too. Make sense? We do get a little bit more advantage in commercial. Yes, you are correct. What code is that? Dylan, you tell us. You find that for us. Look under You find that for us, Dylan. Things like 2, 4. All right, we'll come back to that. I'll find it for you, Dylan. It keeps kicking me for the Zoom call every 10 minutes. Any suggestions? I have no clue, Cody. Did you dial in? Oh, the Zoom app? Yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit tough. You might have to restart your device. That's the only suggestion I'd have. All right. Moving on. What code in our code book is for plug fuses?
Two 40.50.
What did I say, James, on Tuesday? You already know that because we already went over that. Let them try it first. But that is correct. 240.50. Everybody go to 240.50.
Sorry. All right, 240.50 talks about plug fuses. Now it tells us, I think there's one and two. One says as it's got to keep 125 volts, not more than. And the second one, if there's a neutral there are present, we can't have more than 150 volts. So if I ask and say, we're in a school, we're on the roof, and I want to put a disconnect in my fuse is a plug fuse, and I'm going to put a 480-277 disconnect. Can I put that on there? Can I use those fuses? No.
Why not?
It cannot exceed 125 volts between the conductors.
Correct. Does everybody see that? Does everybody understand that? Good. Again, Tinsley says again, it cannot exceed 125 volts between conductors. And if there's a neutral present, it cannot exceed 150 volts. So anything over 150 volts, no. All right, next one.
All right, this is a good one. How many of you guys installed panels before? All right, in the panels, every load center, I should say, load centers, they have a green screw in there. What is that green screw? What is that called? Correct, Noah, the bonding screw. What do I do with that bonding screw at my first point of disconnect?
Screw it in.
You screw it in, correct. We install it. Why? At our first point of disconnect, what must our grounds and neutrals do? Are be installed.
Be bonded together.
They're bonded together. They are touching. All right. If I'm putting a sub panel in my basement, now what do I do with that green screw?
Throw it away.
Take it out, trash it. Exactly. Not tighten it. Don't bond it. Why do we not want to bond it?
It'll back feed the grounds.
The ground what? What's going to backfeed on the ground? Like noise?
The voltage.
The voltage, yes. Backfeed onto the neutral. It could backfeed on grounds or neutrals and cause damage to our equipment. Correct. All right. In a swimming pool, how far away does the motorized cover switch have to be?
5 feet.
James, let them answer. You've already known
Sorry.
this. 5 feet. Is that 5 feet max or 5 feet min? Minimum of 5 feet, correct. And what else must it have to be? What kind of circuit does it have to be on? GFCI. If I have a plug that's 13 feet from the pool, we'll say it's indoor. Does that have to be GFI'd? Indoor pool 13 feet away. Does that have to be GFI'd? What is our rule for GFIs? Location, how far horizontal and how far vertical? Within 20 feet?
Within line of sight.
12 high. What's our code on that? What's our code for pools? Where do we find that?
680.
680. Perfect. And what does the code say for our plug?
I'm sorry, did you say for cord and plug?
For a plug. What is our rule for plug? Well, receptacles within 20 feet of the inside walls of a pole shall be protected by ground fault circuit interrupter. There we go. So if we look at 680 point, no, that's light, yeah, 680.22. 680.22, number one, where a permanently installed pool is installed no fewer than a 125 volt, 15 or 20 amp receptacle in a general purpose branch circuit shall be located not less than 6 feet from and not more than 20 feet from the inside wall of the pool. This receptacle shall be located not more than 6 foot 6 inches above the floor platform. So what that's saying is that one's telling us that we got to have at least one, right? So then we look at number 3, other receptacle locations. Other receptacles shall be not less than 6 foot from the inside of the pool. All right. All 125 amp single phase 120 volt receptacles within 20 foot of the inside walls of the pool shall be protected by a ground fault. So yes, we got to have one. If we have a plug that's 12 feet away, it's got to be GFI protected. Correct. Good job, guys. Make sense? You guys got it? Cool. All right, moving on. How many number 8s? No. I want to know how many number 4 wires. I'll write this down. How many number 4 THHN can we install in a 4-inch PVC? Let's go sketch 40. So this is pipe fill. You guys remember pipe fill? Annex C. Who does not know how to read these charts in Annex C? We're going to start. The easiest way to start is on page in the 2020 book. Number 4, Chris. 729. If you go to 729, it's a table of contents of all the raceways we have. You look down for Schedule 40, and it tells you what page number. So we want to know how many number 4 THHN can we install in a 4-inch PVC? Schedule 40. That's some wires. That's some serious number 4 wires in there. 61. Who did not get 61?
I got 37.
You got 37 because you're probably on the compact conductors. $61 is correct. Who did not get 61? We heard one.
I got it, TJ.
Right on. Everybody else got 61?
Yeah.
Right on. All right, let's do, how many number 12s can I fit in a 2-inch EMT? So how many number 12s? In a 2-inch EMT?
74.
74. That's some serious wire. THHN still. Let's see, EMT tubing, page 731, THHN number 12. What do we say, 2-inch? Looks like 101.
Oh, it is 101. All right.
Who does not see 101? Right on, Yan. You guys are good. Man, you guys don't even need me. You guys got this stuff down. All right. Does everybody understand pipe fill on that part? Which schedule 40 table did I use? Good question. Schedule 40. I used the one on page 790 if you have the 2020 book. If you see where that asterisk is, I'm on page 729, the table of contents. Look at where that asterisk is, and it tells you at the bottom where this table is used in conjunction with table C1 through C3. The conductors installed must be compact conductors. All right. We don't know if everything we're going to install is a compact conductor. So we want to stay away from the tables with the asterisk, and we're going to go the one above it. Okay. So does that make sense? Hopefully you see that table 790. It's on page 790 in the 2020. All right. We're drawing a panel schedule here. I'm going to input some amperage here. These are all the amps that these breakers are drawing. All right. All right. What I want to know is how many amps are going back on the neutral on circuit 1 and 14. This is 120, 240, single phase. Okay. How many amps are going back on that neutral?
Quick question, Teach, if you don't mind.
Go ahead, brother.
Did you say it was 96 or 66 for the PVC number? The PVC question.
61.
And that was 4-inch conduit?
That was 4-inch, yes. Number 4s.
PJ, what circuits were they on this?
10-4,
What's that?
sorry.
What's that?
What were the circuits on this question you asked?
1 and 14. How many amps are going back on the neutral? I have ones, lots of ones. What else do we have? We had a 13, we got a bunch of ones. What do you guys think? Are you guys siding with 1 or 13? Or do you have a different answer? Majority's going 1. All right, well, let's look at this. So we're going to go phase A, B, A, B, A, B, A. We're looking for circuit 1 and 7. Same phase or opposite phase? Doesn't matter what it's hooked to. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a shared circuit. I should have told you guys that. It's a shared circuit. We're sharing the neutral. Well, we should have known that when it's on that. They're on the same phase. So when our neutral's on the same phase, what is our neutral carrying back? When you're sharing a neutral, what is that neutral carrying back?
It adds up.
But why? What's it? What? Yes, the difference. So if we're on the same phase, they add. Okay. You guys with me? The neutral is carrying the unbalanced load back between the separate phases. But if we're on the same phase, it can't carry the unbalance back. It's carrying the full load. So whoever wrote 13 is correct. 7 plus 6 is 13, right? Now, if I said, what is my amps coming back on the neutral between circuits 1 and 3? What are you guys going to tell me?
2.
2. Correct. Separate phases. It returns the difference, which is the unbalanced. So we had 6 and we have 8. You subtract 8 from 6, you get 2. So it's only carrying 2 amps back. The rest of it cancels each other out, right? Here's our simple drawing. You're going to see us drawn. You should be seeing this drawn a lot. That's our neutral. We have power coming out here. We have 8 amps coming this way. Or 6. I'm sorry. We have 6 amps coming this way. We have 8 amps coming this way. They meet up. They're like friends. Like, oh man, you care. They talk to their neutral buddy right here and says, hey, this stuff's a little too heavy. You carry these two. You carry these 2 back. All right. Makes sense. Pretty easy. All right, cool.
Yep.
Good work, y'all. Like I said, man, you guys don't even need me. They're killing this. All right, we have a circuit. There's our circuit breaker. 120, 240. We have 3 lights up here on this circuit. So these are lights. And it's going to tie into a boiler, which is 240, which is rated at 250 at 5,000 watts. So that ties into there. We'll put 2 lights down here on this circuit going back. All right. So we have this wire coming to this boiler here and this wire coming to this boiler here. We do have our neutral going back for the lights. With your voltmeter, everybody's done a voltmeter, right? Everybody has a voltmeter. If I place my voltmeter on terminal A and terminal B, how many volts am I getting at that boiler? Correct. I'm only getting 24 volts there. Oh, okay. 240. If I place my voltmeter on my neutral and one of my lights, how many volts am I getting? So if I place my voltmeter here and here, 120. Why am I not getting 250 at that boiler?
Because that's what it's rated at.
That's correct. It's rated at 250. Guys, when you see these questions, the reason why I picked this one is a lot of students miss this one in the homework. They want to say it's the 250, but that's what your rated is, okay? Not what is being supplied. Our voltage being supplied is 240. You can go through all you want. You could calculate this out, but at the end of the day, to save you guys steps, it's gonna be 240. That's all it's gonna be, because that's what our supply voltage is. It's funny because it's a pretty simple question, but we all miss it because we read it wrong. They do this to us. They trick us. They want you guys, they want to trick you all. So that's why they're doing this. But it's simple. When you're taking this exam, read the question, read it 2 or 3 times. Make sure you understand it. Don't go so fast. You don't have to do the math. A lot of people, when they see this, they're going to start doing the math on this and figuring it out. But at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. It's 240. All right. Easy enough. All right. Next one. Along a kitchen countertop of a dwelling, what is our maximum spacing for receptacles, between receptacles?
4.
Are you sure it's not 2?
2 and 4.
24? Oh, damn. Oh, 24 inches. I got you, Chris. 24.
No, 2 feet, 4 feet.
Yeah, 24 and 48. So the key word here was the maximum spacing between receptacles. So it would be the 4 foot. So it would be 48 inches or 4 feet. What is our spacing elsewise? What is our spacing from the edge of a countertop? Where's our first one have to be located? 2 feet, correct. But 2 feet when? What is our code that talks about that? What does it say? If I had an 11-inch work surface, how many plugs do I need there? No outlet, correct. 12 inches or greater, we must have a receptacle. So anytime there. Does that make sense? Who does not understand that?
Is that in 210, TJ?
210, it should be, yeah. I'm pretty sure 210 talks about it right there. Yes, 210, 52. What is our spacing between plugs on a wall line?
6 feet, 12 feet.
Between plugs is 6 feet. I want to know from plug here, plug to plug.
12.
12, correct. My first plug should start at what?
6 from the doorway.
Well, what happens if it's not a door? What happens if it's a corner?
And 12 from the last receptacle.
So 6 foot starts, 12 foot in between. If I have a wall that is 18 inches wide, do I need a plug?
No,
Why not?
less than 2 feet.
Correct. Anything over 24 inches or 2 feet, that's when it kicks in. Good job, y'all.
Forgot the hallway.
All right. If I have a 5,000 square foot house, what is my VAs for general lighting and plugs? How many VAs? So you're telling me I have a 5,000 square foot house and all I have 3 VAs? So how many VAs would that be? There you go. 15,000 would be correct. Who did not get 15,000? Or who does not understand how we got 15,000?
Me,
If I have a 5,000 square foot house, how many VAs am I going to have for general plug and lighting? That's the question. It's three VAs per square foot. So pretty simple. 3 times 5,000. Does that make sense?
yeah, thank you.
So 3 VAs a square foot gets us our general lighting. So we have 15,000. If we're just doing general lighting, what would the size of our breaker need to be for that 15,000? How do we find that? So we want to know how many amps we'd have to pull. Depends on the feeders. How's it depend on the feeders? We gotta size the feeders, so that doesn't matter. The load, it tells us it's 1,500 because it's general. So we already have our load, so it won't depend on that. So how do we figure that out? What is the normal voltage on a house, on a dwelling? 125 amp breaker.
25.
The 15 amp, 20 amp, it's not going to matter. We want to know how many amps we're going to need just to cover this 5,000 square feet just for general lighting and plugs. We're not doing a full load calc for the house. We just want to know, we're just doing a quick calc that we want to know what size breaker we need for this 15,000. Yes, but what is our normal voltage for a dwelling? What is residential's normal voltage? 120 what? 122.40. So we input 240 here. So now how do we find our amps? Remember our pi. Trying to find I. P divided by E. So how many amps? What size breaker would I have to install to hold all this?
125 amp.
125 amp. How do you get 125 amp? $62.5. So what size breaker would we have to put in there? Good question, Dylan. Because it's a lighting load, should we divide by 120? That's a great question. And in a residence, are we just going to put all our plugs and lights on the 120, or can we? Because a service, remember when we had our panel? You know, we had our panel that had the A phase and a B phase, right? Are we going to stick all our lighting on one phase? Are we going to utilize both phases? It's a great question.
I mean, you could do the lighting on just one phase.
Okay, so you're telling me you're going to go to a house and price something, and we're going to say Dylan's going to go to a house and price something. You're going to price it higher because you're putting it all in one phase when Dylan's actually using both phases. Yes, you could, but would you do that?
No, you're right. That's where I got the 120 from. Or the 125.
All right, so we said we have to round up to 65. Okay, good. Can we go to Home Depot and pick up our local 65 amp breaker? So now we got to cross reference. Do they make a 65 amp breaker? Where do you guys see that at? Where does it tell us that they don't make a 65 amp breaker? He says 240.6A. Is he correct?
Yes.
Correct. If we go to 240.6A, on the left-hand side, it shows us standard amp rating fuses and time circuit breakers. To back this question up, and I don't mean to confuse you guys, can they make a 65 amp breaker? Yes, we can make a 65, we can make a 62, they can make a 62.5 if they wanted to, but it's not a standard size. This is for standard size. This is breakers that the supply houses commonly have in stock. That's what they're meaning by this. All right. In theory, yes, they do make a 65, but it has to be special ordered. It's not a standard amp rating, and that's what they're going to be asking. Okay, does that make sense? So if we look at it, they don't make 65, they have a 70. So we are going to go with the 70. That's what breaker, that's what I was trying to get you guys to do. Easy. Perfect. All right, next one. We have a 95 watt lamp. And it runs for 11 hours. How many KHWs do we have? Or KWH do we have?
Can we go over the just the quick equation for that real quick? Sorry.
Yeah, we will.
One point oh 1.045.
1.045. They asked, how do we get this? Pretty easy, right? We have 95 watts times our hours, which is 11, right? That gets us 1,045 kilowatt or watt hours. So it wants us to find it in kilowatt hours, right? So what do we got to do? Divide by 1,000.
3 points to the left.
Divide by 1,000. And what does that get you? 1.045. All they see is gray. What are you watching? Are you watching 50 Shades of Grey? All you see is a gray screen. How do you see a gray screen? They keep saying zoom out. I don't even know how you zoom. How do you even zoom in? Oh, right there. No, I still see stuff away. Are you on your phone or computer? If you're on your phone, it might be a little bit tougher. Oh, you're on your computer? I have no clue. Did you try restarting your computer and getting back in? Or try to exiting out? But you can see the chat. Money. All right. I wonder if Ben tried restarting. Maybe make a difference. I don't know. He went radio silent. All right. A couple more before we hit break. What are the fewest number of small appliance branch circuits to be permitted in a house?
2.
2 is correct. Can we have 3?
Yeah.
All right. Easy enough. We can have as
What-
many as you
What was
want.
that question, sir?
What is the fewest number of 20 amp circuits required in a kitchen? So small appliance circuits. All right, Ben's back in. Let's see if it helped. Ben, did that help? It is 2, yes.
Yes.
We
I
could
think
have
it's
more
two.
than more than 2, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, we can. But the minimum just has 2. What happens? Here's a good question. What happens if I just have a sink and a little countertop over here in a kitchen? So here's my sink. And I just have a little 24-inch countertop here. What do we do?
Put 2.
Put 2. Right. Or what we can do is break the tabs on the receptacle, put it on a 2-pole breaker so it trips simultaneously, and put it in that way. And then you're going to say, teach, well, you're wrong. We have to arc fault that. They don't make 2-pole arc faults. Yes, you are correct. They don't make 2-pole dual functions. The only ones that you can do that with is GE. GE you could turn into a 2-pole. You got to tie the neutrals together and follow the instructions and put a breaker tie. But yes, you could put 2 receptacles and a circuit to each. All right. All right. Are we permitted to install a light fixture above an outdoor pool?
Yes.
Yes, we can. How high does it have to be to install it?
12 feet 4 inches.
12 feet, he says. And what code reference tells us that?
I don't know. I just remembered that.
Outdoors, Hamid. 4 inches, Chris. Wow. A pool outdoor.
Okay.
A pool outdoors, Chris says we can install a light fixture 4 inches from the pool. What code reference backs up 12 feet? Uh, 680 what? Marvin.
680.22B1.
Oh, I got you, Chris, the 12-foot floor. Yeah, I don't know where the 12-foot floor came from, but it should just be 12 feet.
That was my fault. 7-4 if it's any. I think it's any-
680.22B1. Does everybody see that? Outdoor. Now, what happens if it's indoor? Jared, the question was, how can we install? The first question was, can we install a pool or a light over a pool outside? They said yes. And I said, what's the height it has to be at? And they told me it's 12 feet. And then the next question was, what code reference was that? And we came with 680.22B1. Yes, 6'7" indoors.
7'6".
Sorry. Is that what I said? 7'6". Sorry. My bad. I'm allowed to have a floor mess on tonight, right? All right. Does anybody have any questions what we went over so far? Is this helping, not helping? Excellent. Okay. It is 6:59, close enough to 7. Let's take a break. So let's do break. Go drink. I heard somebody talking about beers, drinking beers. Be back at 7:25. Okay. That way we have 5 minutes to do attendance and get back that way. Yeah, as long as you log back in. Just make sure you log back in. And we should be good. So be back 7:25. We'll hit attendance right at 7:25. So if you're not back, and you hear me going, it's alphabetical order, so I'm sure you guys know how that works. Yes, I'm leaving this open. If you hear your name on one like W, last C, say, hey, did you get here? All right. Make sure you're back at 7:25, and we're going to continue. We've got a lot more to cover. And then we're going to, I think we have a few more questions. We'll take up 30 minutes. We're going to go fast because I really want to get to the series, the combination of broken neutrons. I think I called your name and you say let me look. No, if I don't got you. Yeah, no, I can make a note and I'll let them know.
Hey, TJ, you let me in on my phone.
All right, hopefully everybody's back. Man, that seemed like a fast break. All right, let's do this attendance thing here. Somebody's watching some Family Guy in the background, it sounded like. Watching TV. Maybe it's the Golden Girls. All right. Let's see. Let's start with Braden Banks. Yes, I do, Rice. It's Christopher Campbell.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, thank you. Let's go with Jose Cano.
I'm here.
Right on, Jose. Thank you. Let's go with Ivan. Or is it Yvonne Chavez? Gotcha. Adrian Cortez. What are you doing?
Right here.
Right on. Thank you. Jose DeFella. Right on. Thanks, Jose. All right. Ari.
Yes, here.
Right on, Ari. Travis DeWold. Gotcha. Benjamin. Right on, Benjamin. Jacob Dunn.
Here.
Connor.
Here.
Scalar. Right on, thanks, Connor. Cody. Escubas. Right on, Cody. Edgar Flores. Right on, Edgar. Eric Garcia. Right on, Eric. Blake. Harlan. Blake. Or is it Balake? Connor. Huron. Here. Right on, Connor. Let's go Quinlan Hill. Right on. Ramsey Hubbard.
Here.
Right on, Ramsey. Thank you. Josh Huffman.
I'm here.
Right on, Josh. Zach Huss.
I'm
Dude.
here.
Did you finish stripping that wire? Oh, you're still stripping that wire, dude?
Oh, I've got like 800 yards.
800. All right, dude. Where you at? I'm going to come back my truck up when that's all done. Let us know. Marvin.
I'm here, man.
Right on, Marvin. All-Star Johnson. Tyler Johnson. Got it. Max. Right on, Max. Oh my God. Kaylin Kennedy. No Kaylin? All right. He gone. Let's go Carter Mass. Right on, Carter. Jose Martinez. Colton Mayo.
Here.
Right on, Colton. Joseph McWilliams. Right on, Joseph. Ezra Miller.
Here.
All right. Joseph Montreux. Right on, Joseph. Zach Montreux. I think he said he was here too. Dustin Mosier. Hamid is here. Adrian Nunez. Right on. Timothy. I can't pronounce that last name. I'm sorry.
I'm here.
Right on. Thanks, Tim. Lawrence Osling. Right on, Lawrence. Guyana Poswaters. Gianna. Gotcha. Oh my god. Why does this do this? Justin Ritter. Right on, Justin. Devin. Here. Ricardo Sanchez. Does that mean you're here, Ricardo? Gotcha. All right. Andrew Staten. Thanks for clearing that up. Steve Swagberg. Steve. Oh, he wasn't here to begin with. He wasted $40. Broden. Right on, Broden. Let's see. Joe Trujillo.
Here.
Let's see. Lucas. Right on, Lucas. Let's Jonathan Vogel. All right, and Bryce. He's here. Did I get Christopher Warner? Nope. Yeah, you got Bryce. What? And Noah. Noah, you here? Yep, got you. Sorry. All right, cool. Gang's all here. All right, picking up where we left off. Let's go. Picking up where we left off. All right, a few more. We're gonna go over a few more, and then we'll start what everybody came here for, which was lost neutrals and combo circuits. All right, where do we leave off? We left off there. All right. If we have a generator, all right, everybody remembers the generators, right? We have 100 amp. We're gonna have a 100 amp generator. $100 amp generator. What size are our conductors? Oh my God, why doesn't it say? What size conductors do we use?
Are we gonna install? Let's see, we got number 3, we got number 6, we got 1. Yes, we're gonna start with 31015.
Two.
Connor, what do you mean calculations for a room?
Like the sheets that you gave us a while back in class to like calculate like for amperage of a room, I guess, or watts.
For a room? Like a bedroom or
Yeah, like the bedroom, like it was the sheets that you gave us for like the apartment complex.
I gave you that? I don't remember that.
The city of Montecito.
Oh, you're talking about, no, that was a whole load, that was a whole house load calc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't need a we're not gonna go, they're not gonna ask.
Okay.
I can get you can get with me on Monday and we can go over it, or I could show you where that was at.
Okay.
All right, so we asked 100 amp generator, and we want to know what size it has to be. All right. We want to size our conductors. Yes, first thing we want to do is go to 310, 16, and look. But what must we do first? Go read, turn to page 445.13 in your code books and tell me what it says. Um, 445.13. You guys find it? Not less than 15%. So now we take 100. So what's 100 times 15 or 115% or 15? Yes, it'd be 115 amps. Now we go to 31015 or 31016. What size wire is good for 115%? Or I'm sorry, 115 amps. Sorry, guys. It is number 2. Who did not get number 2? Who does not know what's number 2 gauge? Who does not understand how to read this table?
Awesome. All right, Tim, why is it number 2 and not number 3? Because we started with a 100 amp breaker. How do we size, what do we size our conductors with? How do we size our conductors? What do we use to size our conductors? It goes for anything.
Your ampacity?
We size it by our ampacity of our overcurrent protection device. So if our overcurrent protection device is 100, Tim's asking why aren't we using 3? Because that's rated for 100. Code tells us in that article that you flip to in 445.13 is we must take it at 115%. So 100 times 115% gives us 115 amps. So therefore that conductor must be rated for 115 amps, which is number 2. Number 3 is only rated for 100 amps. Does that clear that up, Tim? Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.